guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Phoebe Nalada. First of all, guys, I want to thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you for the likes, comments, sharing my videos, and for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for each and everything. May God bless you. Yeah, as I said, every Wednesday we shall be discussing something new on my account. Not new in life, but new on this page. And today we are going to be talking about patience or being patient. Patience. Yeah. Patience, like I think patience moves together with hope, with faith. Because if you are patient about something, you have hopes that that thing will come to pass, and also you believe, and also you're believing for that thing to come to pass. So it means patience, hope, and faith moves together. Of course, if you're not hoping for something, you cannot be patient for, like, you cannot be patient for it. And if you don't believe in something that it will happen, there is no reason why you have to be patient for it. So I think patient, this is the situation of waiting for something. It may be from person, it may be like many situations in life that we can bear with in terms of patience. But I'm talking about patience, as in patience, being patient unto God, and also in other situations of life. Yeah, there is a saying that says patience pains but pays. Really, yeah. Being patient or practicing patience, it's not something easy. It's something. There was a time which wishes and we said, but will this thing come to pass, or I'm just wasting my time? You are just hoping for something. There is no any assurance that it will come to pass, though we are believing, though we have faith for it. But remember that doubt sometimes can drop into your mind. Phoebe, you are being patient with that. Do you think that thing will come to pass? Yeah. So being patient is something that is persistent until that something comes to pass. That's when we see that patience pains but pays. And winners never quit and quitters never win. I'm going to just tell you a story. Yeah. Not a story, it's just in our life, as in normal life. All of us, we have ever cooked beef, and not only beef, food. You can cook food and you start tasting it. When it gets ready, you taste one spoon, you taste a second spoon, you taste it, as in by the time the food is ready, it has reduced on the size and the food has remained little. So at the end, you may not get satisfied. At the end, you may not taste that sweetness of food that you wanted to experience from that food. Or you may eat less, cause remember, you ate one by one. You tasted in the name of tasting, but testing became something big. You tested from small to big until when the food reduced. So that is how patience is. Patient. I'm going to explain it. Patience. Let me explain it using patience, like when I'm dealing with food. Patience. This is when you chop meat into pieces, and you drop it in water, and you wait until when the food and until when the meat is ready, and you serve and eat. That is how patience operates. As in, there is no shortcuts in patience. You know what? I will test one piece of meat, another I will test another piece of meat. By the time the meat gets ready, even for some guys, by the time the meat is ready, as in he or she has remained with only soup. Or I'm going to give an example of maize. I had a friend of mine, as in this low maize, which is just roasted. The part that gets ready, she bites it. By the time the base is ready, as in he has just remained with a cob. Because remember, she has been eating each and every part that gets ready. So that's not patient. That's not being patient. Yeah. At the end, you may not get satisfied. You may not get the taste of what you wanted from it, or you may eat less. So patient pains but pays. You have to be patient until when the maize is fully ready, it's full roasted, then we start tasting it, then we start eating it. Yeah. Another story that I'm gonna share with you. There's a friend that as in a friend, a mother and a daughter went into a supermarket, and the owner of the supermarket knew this family. So the owner of the supermarket told the girl, go and pick some sweets from, as in from the tin of sweets. The girl didn't, but she heard what they said. So over the sudden, the owner of the supermarket said, where are the sweets that you have picked? The girl said, I have not picked. So the owner went, and instead of picking some sweets, she just gave the whole tin to the girl. What lesson do we get from there? When you are not patient, you may eat little, or you may get less according to what you would have gotten at the end. So at the end, the girl got a full tin of sweets. And if she had gone to pick, she would have felt ashamed of getting too many sweets, and she picked like two or three. But since she did not pick any sweets, the lady came and gave her the whole tin. Yeah. So we are going to go into our scriptures. We are going to read this story. We all know it very well. The story of Hannah and Peninnah, these two wives of Elkanah. Remember, Peninnah was a co-wife to Elkanah. So, oh, Hannah. Yeah. So, Peninnah used to give birth to kids, which is good, and Peninnah did not, as in, the situation wasn't that she was barren, but she took some good time without giving birth. But she did not give up on giving birth. There are some things that take a long time to come to pass, but it doesn't mean that it will not come to pass. It will, but it's gonna take some long time, and it's gonna take patience. Another thing of patience, I want us to understand, to come to know. Patient, it's not something you do. You just sit down. I'm just being patient to God. No. In our salvation that we are in, patience is, as in, carries a lot of things in it. And patience without prayer, it may fail. Patience without faith, it may fail. Patience without believing God, it may fail. It may not even, it will fail. Cause being patient to God for something big that in your own power, that you cannot fulfill, it is not something easy. That's why, while being patient to God, it's better to us to know to do what we know to do, as in to pray to Him, to make Him remember, as in to remind Him of what He said in His word. Remember, He said in Isaiah that let us not forget to, as in, let us not forget to make God remember what He said in His word until when what we are praying for has come to pass. So these two wives, Penina used to give birth as a normal lady, but Hannah took like a long time, and also her giving birth had a lot of prayers. She prayed, she prayed, she prayed, she prayed. As in a married wife can explain this thing better. Remember getting married, expecting to give birth to babies, but time passes without giving birth. It's something challenging. Yeah. So Hannah prayed to God. She was patient to God. She waited upon the Lord with prayers. With prayers. Even she reached at an extent of making vows or making promises to God. Yeah. And also that thing makes me to get to know that some things, it's not a must that we should give vows to God, or we should promise God something to do if God does something. And it's better not to promise God to do something if you will not do it. Yeah. It's better not to promise God something that you will not do it. Because even though you promise or you don't promise, God is God. If he's going to do for you that thing, even though you don't give vows, even though you don't promise him to do something for him, he will do it. So Hannah reached the next one and said, God, if you give me a baby, I'll give him to you and he serves you. So after a long period of time, God heard the prayer of Hannah and gave her Samuel, as in all of us we know Prophet Samuel. Yeah, that is the baby of Hannah. So patient pains but pays. Hannah reached an extent of praying without words coming out. The thing is found in First Samuel, verse 1. No, chapter 1. You can read from verse 1 up to finishing verse 1, up to when you finish chapter 1, because it elaborates all that. Samuel's giving birth, what and all of those things. So I want to think. Let us read. After eating and drinking, Hannah quietly got up and went to pray to the Lord. Eli the priest was sitting on a chair near the door of the Lord's holy building. Hannah was so sad that she cried the whole time she was praying to the Lord. Remember, patient is something so tiresome because you feel like we need something, but something is not coming to pass. And remember, for us, we easily get tired. So Hannah was crying while praying. Hannah was so sad that she cried the whole time she was praying to the Lord. She made a special promise to God and said, Lord all powerful, you can see how I am. Remember me, do not forget me. If you will give me a son, I'll give him to you. He will be yours his whole life. And as a Nazarite, he will not drink wine or strong drink, and no one will ever cut his hair. Anna prayed to the Lord a long time. Anna prayed to the Lord for a long time. Remember, patience needs prayers. Prayers can keep us hoping and believing God for that thing. But if we forget about prayers and waiting upon the Lord, and also if we forget believing in Him, our patience may fail. Because remember, patience is not something physically easy, but spiritually it's easy. Because remember, Patience is among the fruits of the Holy Spirit. So if we have the Holy Spirit in us, he will enable us to be patient with the Lord. And I prayed to the Lord a long time. Eli was watching her with her mouth. Eli was watching her mouth while she was praying. Hannah was praying in her heart. Her lips were moving, but since she did not say the words out, Eli thought she was drunk. Hannah prayed to an extent prophet that the priest Eli thought that she was drunk of alcohol, cause she could just cry, as in she was just as in murmuring. The words were not coming out, but she was praying because of the lot of pain she was experiencing. Remember, her co-wife Penna could give birth, but for her, she took a long time to give birth. So that is also a very challenging thing. He said to her, "You have to you have you have had too much to drink. It is time to pour out the wine." Haley thought that Hannah was drunk, as in because of wine or alcohol. And she told her, "You have drunk enough alcohol. I think it's time for you to stop." Hannah answered, "Sir, I have, I have not drunk any wine or beer. I'm deeply troubled." Being patient is something that troubles your mind, that troubles your soul, that takes your peace away. Because think about you madly need this job, but your patience, it's the key that's gonna unlock that job. Remember, you may be like, you have the rent to pay, you have kids to take care of, but the job, it's like the job has taken a lot of time without it coming on your side. She said, I'm not drunk. I'm deeply troubled, and I was telling the Lord about my problems. She said I wasn't drunk, but I'm deeply troubled, and I was telling God about my problem. I think, my friend, and all of us, instead of, I said, patience alone in our own strength, it's not enough. Let us be patient to the Lord while praying. If we pray to God while being patient, while believing for Him, trust me, what you pray for, what I pray for may take some good time, but at a time it will come to pass. Don't think I'm a bad woman. I've been praying so long because I have many troubles and I'm very sad. I've said being patient has the weight, it can frustrate you, it can cause stress to you. You madly need the thing, but it is not unlocking itself. As in, it may not be the right time to God for Him to do that thing for you. You are confused. Sometimes even God may be like, when He's silent to you, He's not talking to you. Remember, I said God being silent to you doesn't mean that He has forsaken you. No, it's not. It doesn't mean like that. And remember, most times where God is quiet is the most times when God is working the most. So you are troubled because you are not seeing any change on what you are praying for. Eli answered, "Go in peace. May the Lord of Israel give you what you asked for." Anna said, May you be happy with me." Then she left and ate. She was not sad anymore. Early the next morning, Elkanah's family got up and they worshipped the Lord and then went back home. So we have read a part of chapter 1. Like, Hannah was troubled. Hannah was so, as in, frustrated. She was sad. She was as in, she was so annoyed. because she hoped for a baby from God, but it had taken a lot of time. I know you are there. I know I'm here. We have hoped for something from God, but it has taken a lot of time for it to come. My dear, God, like, God is delay doesn't mean a denial. God may delay, and it doesn't delay just because for us we expect Him to do in our own timing. No, God is never late and is never early, but He does in His own right time. So I know there is this moment where we are troubled, where we don't understand anything. It's normal because we are humans. But however much you are troubled, however much you don't understand anything, don't forget prayers. Don't forget your faith. Don't forget to continue being patient, or keeping up your patience to the Lord. At a time, my friend, your prayers will be answered. Remember, patience pains but pays. I think verse verse 20, verse 20, First Samuel chapter 1 verse 20. It talks about the way Prophet Samuel was born. Uh, after 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 Prophet Samuel was born, trust me, Hannah forgot all the pains she went through, all the frustration she went through, all the tears she cried. She forgot about it. Trust me, it may take some time. You may feel like giving up. You may feel like you are fed up. You may feel like God has forsaken you. But trust me, the day God will do for you what you are believing for, you will never remember the tears you cried. Because God gives something that is satisfying. God doesn't give something that is little, but He gives you something that is satisfying, that is enough, that is fit for you. So remember, patient pains but pays. And there is no gain without pain. So let us endeavor, let us persist with that pain we are going through, with that frustration we are going through, with those tears we are crying every night, every morning, every day. God is seeing them, but at a time t. However much, don't just continue don't just continue crying, worrying, stressing up, being frustrated, and you forget praying. No. Prayer is the key. Keep up the faith, keep up your hope, keep up your patience. Trust me. At time T, God will answer me, God will answer you, God will remember you. And trust me, when God, after you being patient to God, God doesn't give something too much, doesn't give less, but He gives you the right thing you need. And what you need is satisfying. So let us hope that through our pain, through all the tears we cried, we shall get the satisfaction that we prayed for, that we hoped for. Yeah. So guys, let me hope we have picked something from today's video. And don't forget to share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave from your comment, to compliment, supplement, anything we want to comment. It's free, you can comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. I love you.